Hi everyone, it's Leona with Leona's Designs, and I am here with week 15 of the Slow Stitch with K3N. And this week's project is Solar Eclipse. K3N chose this project because she was posting on the day of the solar eclipse in the US. I live in a part of the US where I did not see the eclipse. There really wasn't much of it here, and it was cloudy that day, so even if it did happen a little bit here, we wouldn't have seen it. So I did get to see it a few years ago when it happened. We did have a totality in my area a few years ago, but not this year. So I know, excuse me, some parts of the US, I think it crossed kind of across the middle and up into the eastern US. They had totality. So I will create my own little eclipse on fabric, hopefully like K3N showed us. And this is kind of how it's gonna look. She had a purple background with a yellow sun. She cut a circle out of the purple background and backed it with a piece of yellow material representing the sun. And then the moon is cut out of black, and it just kind of goes in that circle, leaving a little area around where the light comes through from the eclipse. And then what she showed us was she did running stitches all around the edge of the sun, and then did stacked running stitches for the rays coming out. So that's what I'm going to try to do also as I recreate my little own fabric eclipse. So what I have here is a 4.5-inch block of purple that I cut the circle out for the yellow sun, and then this black piece of cotton, that's going to be the moon. And I have one strand of yellow and one strand of orange embroidery floss is what K3N used, so I'm going to try to do that also. And I'm just going to stitch right on the edge of where that sun meets the purple. And I'm just going to do some running stitches all around the edge there. Just small running stitches. And hopefully I will end up with a beautiful eclipse like K3N showed us. And once again, I did get my thread too long, and I've got to try to measure it so it doesn't end up getting so long. K3N said people that have a long thread are called lazy tailors. And I don't want to be a lazy tailor. I'm not doing it on purpose. So I've got to make sure I cut my embroidery floss a little shorter, because I'm sure it would make it easier to work with. But I'm just going around here and doing these running stitches, trying to get them as even as I can. And they will also hold down this yellow to the purple. So I'm wondering if any of you saw the eclipse yesterday. I'm doing this on Tuesday, April 9th. So it's the day after the eclipse. And I've seen online that there were a few pictures in different areas of the U.S. where the eclipse happened. Excuse me. So if you're in any of the areas that you took pictures or you got to see it, just let me know in the comments below. Because I live in the Pacific Northwest and it just wasn't visible here. But I think we were only supposed to get like a tiny shadow of it. A few years ago, I did get to see it. It was a total blackout in our area. Okay, I'm getting to be almost around the whole circle. So far, so good. Just trying to keep that sun flat. This is really nice to stitch through because the sun is, oops, I take that pin up. The sun is some yellow flannel fabric that I had on hand. So it's nice to stitch through. Okay, I'm down to the last stitch. I'll take these pins out now. And there we have our first circle of orange and yellow stitches all around the sun. Now, what Catherine did, she came up just behind each one of those stitches and did another running stitch. So they were like stacked. And she kept doing that all around so that she had like a stacked set of each stitch going out away from the sun. So that's what I'm going to try to do. I'm going to start right here with this little one. And I'm going to come up right behind it. I hope. And I'm going to go in, I'll just go in right next to it and come out just past the next one. Let's see how that works. And then I'll go right at the end of that one and just kind of maybe in just about in the middle of the next one. And she said not to pull the thread too tight because it does make the sun kind of pucker up. So now this one, I come in just kind of towards the middle, so I'm going to cut it short right here and just come in right at the starting of this one. That way if you stagger them, she said, it looks better. So I'm going to come in right there and come right there. Oops, stuck myself. I'm not supposed to do that. And then I think I'll end it in the middle and come up kind of in the middle of the next one. And then end it right there and come the beginning of that one. End that one right in the middle. I don't know if I'm doing this right or not, but it'll be my way of trying it. And we'll see what happens when I get all the way around, what it looks like. So I'm going to continue doing this all the way around. You can see some of it there. And I will be back to show you how it looks once I make it all the way around. Okay, I'm back and I've got them all done all the way around. And I think it looks really nice. I like how that looks. So I think I'm going to do maybe 2 more rounds, and then I'll start branching out with the light rays. And I'll come back before that and show you after I go around a couple more times. I hope you're understanding what I'm doing. I'm just doing running stitches around and then stacking them. Like I did one circle around, and then my next circle was just right above the first stitch, and then my third is going to be right above that second stitch. I'm just going around, and I'm varying the length. Some are shorter, some are longer. So I'll be back and we'll see how it looks after I do a couple more rounds. Okay, I'm back. I just did one more ring around because I'm worried that I won't have enough room here to make my little spheres of light going out, my little streaks of light. So I just have 3 stack stitches all the way around. So now I'm going to start making my streaks going out from each of these stack stitches. And what those are going to be is just more running stitches. So I'm going to start right here where I began in the first place and just kind of make a line going out. And it'll be kind of a zigzag line. Or at least I hope it will. I'm just gonna just go back and forth. It's kind of like a zigzag. See what happens. Oops. Now, we're slowly getting there. Keep getting caught on my pin cushion over here. thread come out of my needle. And my threads are separating. There's two different kinds of thread here, so they're separating. I have to just trim them off. And rethread this needle, which shouldn't be too hard because it's only 2 strands of embroidery floss. And just keep continuing on with this. Streak of light. Just as I get to the edge, I'm going to make a small stitch. It's kind of wonky, but that's how I'm going to try to do all of them. And I will start at the top. Since I ended at the top, I'm going to start at the top and go back down. So I'll start with a small one here at the top. And kind of zigzag my way down. So this project is a pretty time-consuming project, but piece of thread caught in there. But it's very satisfying because if you have nice material to sew through, it's enjoyable. And it's kind of fun to see how each stitch is going to make your finished product look. Like that one. It's a little wonky. I'm trying to make them a little, different. This one kind of goes off that way. This one kind of curves. Because I'm trying to make them like the sun's rays, which aren't really straight. They just kind of zigzag around, I guess. So now I'm down at the bottom. I'm going to come up here at the bottom one of this third ray and just continue on up. And we'll see what we get after we get all the way around. Should be interesting. To see what all our different rays look like. And then after we get all our rays done, we have to put our moon in. Because the moon is the centerpiece of this project. So I'm up at the top, just going to take one little stitch here. be going back down. I think I got enough thread for a while. So I will be continuing on around, all the way around, up and down, till I get all my rays done. And then I will be back. Okay, I'm just finishing up my last sun ray here. And then we'll put our moon on and do a few stitches there. And we will have our eclipse finished. It's been really fun doing this. I finally got the hang of doing some zigzag stitches up and down as I went all around this sun. So I went lots of times around the sun today. I'm just going to cut this off on the back, and I think it looks really good. I'm really, really pleased with how it turned out. It was a lot of fun. So now we need to put our moon over this sun, and I want to try to center it as best I can so I get that light all the way around it. I think what I'm going to do is iron this down with my little iron just to get it flat. And then put the moon right over that sun. I think that's pretty well centered. I'm going to pin it with a couple of pins. And I got 2 strands of it in black embroidery floss that I'm going to use to just stitch that moon down all the way around, and probably put a few seed stitches in the middle to hold it down flat. That's what K3N did. So that's what I'm going to try to do. I'll just start here, right around the edge. Not too close, because this material I see is kind of fraying a little bit. Just do a few running stitches all the way around. Hold this moon down. What I did was, with this black thread, I measured 24 inches. And it seems to be a good size. It's not really too long. Probably could be a little shorter. I'm trying to get a good length, because I don't want to have that long thread. But no one's ever really told me what a good length was, so just got to kind of experiment. I guess it probably depends on everybody's preference. just hoping everybody's having a good day, a good Tuesday, and I hope you're enjoying this video. I hope it's inspiring you to maybe make your own eclipse, or even make an eclipse similar to how you saw it in your area. Maybe you didn't see the total eclipse. Okay, well, I got all the way around. I'm just going to iron that down a little bit. And then I'm going to, excuse me, do a few seed stitches just to help it to lay flat. Just all across. So as I finish this up, I'm going to say thank you for watching me. Thank you to all my new subscribers. I really appreciate everyone that's subscribing. I hope you're enjoying my videos. If you are, give them a thumbs up. And I will be doing some more videos this week. I'm hoping to do my monthly Stitch With Me 2024 for April. And I've got a couple other little videos that I want to get done this week. One is another tea bag art, and another one is a flower pin that you can wear as a brooch or on a hat, and it's easy to make out of scraps. And then another one is some flowers made from buttons. So be sure you're subscribed if you want to check those videos out. They'll be coming soon. And thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed me doing this eclipse. And I hope to see you again soon. Have a great day.